The 2025-2026 Metro Jets Hockey Club training camp is wrapped up here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena in Mount Clemens, Michigan. That means the 2025-2026 United States Premier Hockey League season is upon us. My name is Matt Prieur, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club, standing alongside General Manager Justin Quenneville. And Justin, here we are, 4 days of training camp complete, 3 days of skills, and ending with today with the scrimmage games. First of all, what are some of the things that you liked about the new teams this season?
I think the energy, more than anything, we've noticed this week, just high pace, high energy. Everyone's excited. There's always nerves that are associated with that, but when you see the positivity kind of come through and the response to drills and to some of our models that we work with here as far as teaching and hockey classes and the one-on-ones that we have at the meetings, everyone's very receptive and wanting to get better and wanting to learn on day one. And I think that's what sets us apart from a lot of programs is we approach things on a week-to-week basis to a degree, right, where there's progressions in what we do, and the energy's been very high and very positive, and that's always fun to come to the rink and come to the office, right, per se, when people are happy. So it was good.
Looking at the teams this season, a lot of veterans have stepped up, of course, and of course we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Jay Taylor, the 37th captain in team history.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, and he's deserving of it, and honestly, he was deserving of it last year too. I mean, he bleeds these colors. He's been a part of this program. He's a special person in a lot of ways because of how committed he is not only to the Jets, but to his values, his family, to the guys on the team. He's a great representative of our program. Last year we had obviously Rick our captain, and every year it's been more or less a 20-year-old just because of the model that we have here. But Jake was essentially like an additional captain, right? Yes, he was an alternate, but he was a captain already last year. We knew that, so we use that as our benefit, right, to have multiple. But it's really great to see him continue to grow, mature, and become the player and the human that he is now. I mean, we remember, and we even brought it up in the beginning of our training camp, the first day that he was here, the first week, the first month, the struggles that he had, and he stuck with it. You saw that there was something there, and not only has he had a great career up to this point, but the goal would be to have him finish on top and get every opportunity that he can, and every offer that he can find. So we're excited for him, but special young man, and obviously we're excited to have him kind of lead the way here, and we're excited to see what he can bring to the table early on the year.
And it was talked about in the first day of training camp. Jay Taylor is the one player remaining who dressed and was on the same ice with Braden Lewis.
Yeah, and it's special because it's harder every year, right? I mean, that's something that not only that we made sure we wanted to make a point early on in the training camps, but also the beginning of the seasons that that's someone that we don't want to forget. That's someone that we want to explain his story and how important he was to our program and how important of a person he was to everyone that he touched. Braden Lewis was not only an incredible hockey player, but really just an incredible hockey person to have in your locker room because he was more mature than his years, right? He came to rink every day, worked hard, always had a smile on his face, never complained, even when he was going through treatments. It was tough, right? And so with his family being so involved and very much a proponent to what our program represents here, which is helping young men, they still give back. Their charity is still involved with our program. We're going to a game tomorrow, you and I, for Braden Lewis and the Memorial Fund, and we're going to continue to contribute towards that. But to have Jake be kind of the last remaining warrior that was a part of knowing who Braden was, we want to make sure we continue his legacy. So that's why his jersey's up, his gloves there, right? We have the plaques, and we still have the award during the season that the family's very involved with. It's going to be, obviously just as hard next year as it was last year and this year. It's just one of those things that we want to make sure that we continue to relay that information, and it's special that Jake's still here to kind of continue his legacy and explain the type of person he was and what he represented when he was here, because he was special and he's very much missed.
He absolutely is. Let's talk about some of the veterans that have returned, some third-year players and second-year players that have really stepped up during a couple of the games today, or some of the games today. Some veterans really have improved tremendously, haven't they?
Yeah, it's great to see the progression. You can see a lot of the young guys come in here and maybe a little tentative in the first few days and then kind of pick up the pace and then get a little bit more confident, more comfortable. And then you see them in the games today and see how well they can respond to the things that we gave them early. But the veterans is where we're looking, right? We're looking to kind of use them as the gauge of where we're at and where we want to go, and they should be leading by example, and they should be, representatives of what our model is and how we want to play and the style and the systems in a sense. So it was great to see a lot of our guys come back here ready to go, in shape. We're fortunate with our model here, right? Not just with the gym and our skating in the summer, that a lot of the guys continue to put the effort in and came back in even better shape than they finished last year. So for our young guys, they just become kind of, it's like role models to them, right? So we're excited where we're at. We're going to be young again this year. It seems like every year is a rebuild in this new junior hockey model, but we're fortunate with our brand and the success we've had in helping players that there's a lot of excitement out there of people wanting to see our players play.
And there's a few players that with USPHL experience that are first year at Jets, and then there's just raw rookies as well. Some of them really stepped up today in the scrimmage games, didn't they?
They did, yeah. There's a few kids that impressed us, and this is something that we will evolve on. Next week we'll play some more games, and we'll throw them a few more things and see how they respond. But it's a progression, like I said. Every week we take 1 week at a time. We address the drills and the situations that we want to see, kind of the response that they have on them immediately. But it's a process, and we're going to take our time with it. And the young guys that did come in really impressed us, and there's some players that are just a little bit tentative at first. We'll see how they respond next week.
Training camp is over. 2 weeks from today, it's the home opener here at MCIA, and it's a big one to come out of the gate swinging, if you will. Metro Jets and MJDP.
Yeah, I think everyone knows. Everyone's always excited for games, right? I mean, if it were about only games and that's where we benefited the most, then we would play 200 games and only practice 40 times. But it's not, right? Our sport's driven in development, and there's a big reason for that, and why we train and skate and have everything that we do here. More than we play games, but yes, it's on the calendar. Everyone's excited, but we're not looking ahead, right? We're going to focus on next week. It's an important week, a lot to address, a lot to focus on, and we'll build towards that. And then when we get to that point, we'll make sure that we're ready for it.
Q, always appreciate your time. Looking forward to the season.
Awesome. Good to have you back.
Justin Quenneville, now in his 12th year with the Metro Jets Hockey Club, as we get set for the 2025-2026 hockey season with the Metro Jets Hockey Club.